Okay everyone, how's it going? It's me here again, and this video is just going to be more of my thoughts on the new Star Wars trailer for Force Awakens. It just recently got shown, and so far I think it looks good. I'm kind of impressed with what I've seen. I'm trying not to get too excited for it, because if I get so excited and then the movie just doesn't meet my expectations, I'm just going to be disappointed. I've done it many times before, and I've finally learned not to do it, so I just like, it looked good so far. I'm gonna wait to cast my official judgment on the thing once it's out and I've seen it. But I'm excited for it. I'm still upset about the whole thing of the expanded universe not being canon, because there's so much potential for story in there. Gladly, they've still said that characters will be canon and might make an appearance in the Star Wars movie, so one day we might get a Thrawn thrown in there, or Mara Jade's probably going to be in it. I know. A lot of you are still wanting the Thrawn trilogy to happen, but sadly it's not going to happen with the way they've done this, since the Thrawn trilogy was like 8 or 9 years, and this takes place 30 years after Return of the Jedi. But maybe one day we'll get that. Kylo Ren, for example, he looks like he's heavily inspired by Revan. I don't know if that meant to do that, or if that's just how it happened, but who knows, he's definitely looking like Revan. And I'm kind of curious about his backstory, because he is obsessed with Vader, as he has that mask, and of course there's a part in the trailer where he says, "I'll finish or continue what you started." And so it really makes me wonder, like, why is he so obsessed with Vader? Is there some backstory to why he's become who he is? I don't know. I'm really curious about that. And I like his lightsaber, that whole crossguard thing. I know people have complained about it, because, like, well, if that gets cut right there, then, well, maybe the lightsaber part just goes through there. So if that metal gets cut, well, that lightsaber part's still gonna be there. The beam's still gonna be there. But who knows? I don't know anything. I don't know the science behind Star Wars. We just go with it, don't we? But another thing I'm really liking is Han seems more of a, I guess, a mentor or a father or a guide to Rey and Finn. My bad. That's my fault. I still haven't gotten their names down. Rey is the girl and Finn is the guy. And Finn, I'm kind of curious, is like, why is he? Because he crashes, obviously, on the planet. It's like, so is he? Did he sneak in? Did he join and he doesn't want to be there anymore, so he goes and joins the Resistance? Is he maybe, after he crashes, he's, you know, probably sneaking in, trying to get in with the rebels, just be like, yep, I'm a spy? I don't think so, because personally, it just seems like that scene where that TIE fighter in the originals is just shooting up all the stormtroopers, like, that might be Finn, because as far as I could tell, when it was the TIE fighter was crashing from that Star Destroyer, there was nothing going on. So it's like, he looks like he escaped, and he's the one that shot up all the stormtroopers in that TIE fighter, and now he crashed on the planet. It's like, what's going on with you, Finn? What happened? Did you not like what you heard with, you know, the First Order? Which the First Order's the Empire in this, and by what I've heard rumor-wise, is that the Empire's kind of broken apart. And that sounds more like a Thrawn thing in there, because if I remember correctly, in the Thrawn trilogy, the Empire was broken apart until Grand Admiral Thrawn brought them together again. So if that's true, I'm kind of hoping, like, maybe in the next movie, or at the end of this movie, Thrawn just, like, pops up and it's like, I'm gonna get everyone together and do what I did in the books, and that's pretty much come close to destroying the rebels. Or in the Thrawn trilogy's case, it was the New Republic. But I don't know, that looks very interesting, and I'm kind of curious to see, Rey, because she's clearly a scavenger. She's more like, I guess, what Anakin was, put stuff together, and I'm really curious about her backstory and, like, how she gets involved in all of this. I'm wondering, like, does she just, by accident, get involved in this, where she's at, gets attacked, and she's just saved by Han Solo? I don't know. It looks real cool, and I'm glad that Han Solo and Chewbacca are back in this, because there's some of my favorite characters. But going back to earlier, I got sidetracked, was with Han seems more like a guide to them, because there's a part in it where you hear Rey and she mentions how the stories and stuff, and then you hear Han Solo says they're true about, like, the dark side, the Jedi and everything, and it looks like he's going with him and, like, showing him around. It's like, what's exactly is he doing? And I'm kind of okay with that, because I mean, they're so old now, since it takes place 30 years after, kind of pass it on and everything. I'm kind of okay with that. The old cast might be more side characters, and it might be more about these two. And I'm kind of curious, like, are they going to come back? Because I would figure that they would come back for the next ones. I mean, you can't have Star Wars without them. But I'm curious about how this all plays together, and, like, why Han is leading them. It's like, what's he trying to find? Is he still working with the rebels, which it seems like he is in this? So, makes me wonder, it's like, are they going and looking for Luke? Because Luke's clearly not Kylo Ren. They've already shown who's Kylo Ren is. And that guy's way too young to be Luke Skywalker unless Luke found the Fountain of Youth or something like that, because as far as I know, they've only found ways to make him live longer. They actually haven't found any ways to make him younger again. Unless, like, maybe he's a clone or something, but he never looked like that. So it really makes me wonder what exactly is going on with this. Like, they gonna throw some story stuff in here, like Thrawn and all that? They probably won't, but it'd be nice to see the expanded universe have some stuff get thrown in there from it. And as I said, overall, it looks good to me. I'll most likely enjoy it. I'm really curious to see, like, what the overall story is to this, because, as I said, with the First Order, the Empire is rumored to be split off, and that seems kind of neat. They've done some redesigns, like the AT-AT from the picture I saw, you can only see a blur of it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'll actually have to see that in the movie. But I still feel like the First Order is heavily based on, like, something Nazi-like, especially in that scene where they're, like, all lined up, and just there's that giant red banner, and there's someone standing up there. And I'm really curious. I think his name was Hux, if I remember correctly. He looks more of like a Tarkin character. He looks really mean, and I'm kind of curious to see what his story is and how he plays an important part in this. He's probably the one that actually leads the First Order, and for all we know, Kylo Ren's probably more like Darth Vader. There's Tarkin, Darth Vader, and this it's Hux, if I'm correct about his name. I can't remember. And then Kylo Ren. So who knows? And I'm really curious to see if Finn is actually a Jedi in this, because as I heard some other people, as I was listening to videos and reading up, that there's a scene where you see Kylo Ren walking up to Finn, and Kylo Ren doesn't have his mask on or anything, so it's like, oh, Kylo Ren must be seriously pissed, because it looks like he's walking at him, like, really tough, and everything's like, I'm gonna kill you. And Finn just looks scared as he has that lightsaber, so it's like, as I mentioned, is he actually Jedi, or is it just like, well, I'm about to fight a Sith, I need this, let's see what this thing can do. I'm kind of on their side about this, and there's been some rumors like Han might actually die in this, because there's a scene in there where Rey is kind of looking over this body, and to me, that body looks more like Chewbacca. It looks like there's fur, and there's that, Chewbacca has like that little sash or that belt going around him. That's what it looks like, so it might be Chewbacca who goes in this movie. For anyone who's read the expanded universe, Chewbacca dies in there during the New Jedi Order when the Yuzong Vong invade. Killed by a moon, because that's the only way you can take out Chewbacca. And in this, it literally looks like Chewbacca on the ground there. I mean, could be completely wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. But I don't know. Like I said, this was just my thoughts. I just randomly made this video. I didn't even like think about what I was going to say for this. I just went with it. And as I said, overall, it looks really good to me. I'll most likely enjoy it. I don't know if it's ever going to beat like what the original trilogy set it for, because let's face it, not even the prequel trilogy was as good as the original trilogy. The original trilogy was the best. The only thing that I could think was better was the Thrawn trilogy, which is the expanded universe, which is what I still consider canon. I'm sorry, Disney. You have your own stories. I'm going to call them Infinity, and I'm going to keep what's the expanded universe as canon to me. But as I said, it looks good. Leave a comment what you think of it, and I will see you guys next time.